it's up to the people if they want to opt out or
It's
stay.
my opinion, these people, that's what they're paid for, is to make good investments. And it's my opinion that this is a better investment if we do nothing. If we don't change the program. You know, if we don't, how do I, am I not saying that right?
If you don't do anything, they're automatically going to go to the other one.
To the one that's performing better.
The way I understood it was we wanted to opt out. It was recommended.
It was recommended by one person, and another person said, no, let's go with a new program because it's a better performing program.
Well, again, like I said, it isn't going to take too long to contact 14 people.
We can send that letter to the 14 employees that have it.
And let them decide.
Give us a suggestion what they prefer to do.
Well, you'll have to send us documentation with it so that they understand that what we would do to them if we opt out.
Okay.
I just feel better that way.
Right,
Like I
we'll-
said, it's not my money.
We'll have Jerry, will you
Not-
take care of that?
Yep.
Mail that out to them? Very good. Financial motions, we have the claims and audit. My recommendation is to pull the one for Michigan. It's the state of Michigan anyhow. It's a program whereby we're paying $180 for a program we don't use, a membership. So I'm saying I would like to pull that $180 invoice, which is number 52 on your claim and audit. I don't believe so. I think we don't need a motion on that, do we?
No, you just need to change the dollar amount to
On
it.
your claims and audit.
And the other one was the $200. We don't, well, when we did the claims and audit, 3 of us questioned the juvenile department gym visits. And I would like to pull this $200 until we get an explanation of what it is actually for. So we have $380 to come off of the 25, is that 23,141?
It's 22,761.66.
22,766.
61.66.
Lee, would you make the motion
Yes.
to approve?
I make a motion that we approve the claims and audits for April the 8th, 2014 in the amount of $22,761.66.
Support. A motion by Christenberry, supported by Wilson. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Wilson?
Yes.
Commissioner Fisher?
Yes.
Commissioner Warner?
Yes.
Commissioner Christenberry? Yes. Commissioner Grantner?
Yes.
You can sign it here. Moving right along, correspondence reports and/or resolutions. 2 things that I have. You will notice in your packet a copy of the March budget review. And quite honestly, when you look at it in overall, our budget, we are at 26.66% of our projected budget. On a quarterly basis, we should be at about 25% expense to revenue. So I'm pretty pleased with that. However, our revenue is only riding at 16%. So we got to get some more coming in and less going out. So anyhow, if you have any questions on this, if you have any suggestions on how we change this report, there's some areas I'm not pleased with, but I haven't figured out how to change them yet. But all in all, it gives us a monthly view of where we're at, budget to revenue, so that we keep a little better, I think, control on it. So. Any questions that you have on this report? March budget overview? Another thing that I have, I would like to thank the sheriff for his letting us know that he has a request in, per your request in all. Anyhow, he's telling us that he's going to purchase 2 new patrol vehicles with the special funds equipment millage. Basically, just letting us know. Thank you very much, Sheriff Grace.
No problem.
I'm going to skip that one. Commissioners, I will let you know that there is a Michigan Association of County Drain Commissioners Northern Upper Peninsula District meeting, April 25th. Be at the Ramada Plaza Hotel, Ojibwe, 240 West Portage Road, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Mr. Bruner has been notified that Oscoda County has never been represented at this meeting. He indicated that as Drain Commissioner, he is not going to attend. However, they opened this up to any of the commissioners that would like to attend, or elected officials. It's about a 2.5-hour drive and a 2.5-hour drive. Well, it's 2.5 hours one way, so that's 5 hours of driving for roughly a 5-hour meeting. But you do get a free lunch. And possibly, if you sign up early enough, a tour of the Sioux Rocks. So if anyone is interested in attending this, please see me and I will pass this on to you. Any other correspondence or report? Mr. Berner, committee reports.
April the 4th, we had a veterans fair meeting, and budget is still going good. We did accept the new hiree as our veterans counsel. She's going to be coming in and working with Liz and getting some knowledge through her with this new director. I won't say director, but new assistants. And then they're going to be sending her into a June class down to where she's going to get this very certified. So she'll become certified, then she'll be able to get all the paperwork done and go through the process. So we got her hired and we'll go from there. That's all I have.
Thank you. Mr. Wilson.
Okay, 328 landfill. We had a conference updates. We had a conference that 2 of us went to. Solid waste, which is very good. Loudon Township 5/13/31 is going to have a cleanup day. They're going to be doing some tire removal on site, $2 per tire. We'll try and get rid of them on the land site. 4-3, Mark, Rex, Kevin, and I met together, went over the dog laws, and went over the application form and also the newspaper ads going out. 4-4, Veterans Board. I talked about it. 4-4, claims and audit. 4-7, Lee, Brennan, and I went over the budgets and how we have to move around money-wise. 4-7, I was at Cummings Township meeting last night. They just went over there, redid their budget. They give themselves a raise. Let's talk about that, I guess. And they are planting 50, which Kevin's going to help.
Right.
Pumpkin seeds for the Pumpkin Fest. Kevin
Thank you.
volunteered to
Yes.
plant pink pumpkin seeds. It was very good. Then the MTA meeting, which should be at Clinton Township next Monday at 7 o'clock. When was that?
It's Clinton Township.
It wasn't Cummings, it's Clinton Township you were at.
Anything else? Thank you. On March 28th, I went to the landfill board meeting. Sandy was on vacation. We reviewed the claims and accounts and approved bid requests for fuel in the coming year. On April 1st, I went to the NUMCOG Finance Committee meeting in Hillman, and we reviewed wages and we'll be making recommendations for the coming year. Reviewed the financial audit for 2013, and all is in good shape for NEMCOG. Those of you who don't know, NEMCOG is the Northeast Michigan Council of Governments. Love those acronyms. Ended the year on a positive note, with even some money left over, which was unusual for NEMCOG. And the fiscal year ended September 30th, and we reviewed the budget, or the audit. And then this morning I went to the Road Commission meeting, and they'll be going on their summer work schedule starting May 4th, and we'll be working 4 10s until September, the end of September, I guess. And that's it for me, thanks.
On April the 4th, I had the claims and audits, and yesterday we had a budget meeting. Larry and Brenda and I sat down together. That's all I have.
Right, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
On March 27th, I went to the Saddle Valley Community Mental Health Building Committee meeting, and we discussed some renovations for the Oscoda office. And they also talked about building some walls for privacy and HIPAA regulations inside the annex, the old library. Larry mentioned on April 3rd we met with Rex and Larry and Kevin about the dog catcher.
Animal control.
Animal control. Okay. He catches dogs. On April 4th I went to NEMSCA, and the meeting was based on their Head Start program. And this is I don't understand this, but in the fall, when the sequester took effect, we had to reduce enrollment in the Head Start program. So NEMSCA asked for a 200 decrease in enrollment. The federal government said, no, you're only going to get 132. And then lo and behold, they found out at this meeting they're getting back $1,195,450 for Head Start program. So now we're trying to get retracting the 68 extra we asked for. Like I said, it just didn't make any sense. They laid off people, they took kids out of the program, and then they put them right back in a little bit. I guess their lobby group worked real well. They're having a peer review this April from the 21st to the 23rd. And they cover all the way down to Ubley and Vassar and Davison for Head Start. And the peer review will come in, and if their score is in the bottom 10% of all of them, they have to open competition again, which means another bidder could come in and say, we'll run your Head Start program. And they don't want to do that. If they get above the lowest in the 10% of the bottom 10%, then they get a definite grant, and it prevents recompetition for 5 years, unless they do something really bad. Like I said, it's very confusing, but that's the way it's going. So they might open up some new slots. They might have some money for some Head Start and stuff. So that's pretty good. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Public comment. Do we have any public comment today? Yes, Dave.
Has any research been done on employments at the airport?
On the what?
Employments? How many takeoffs and landings there have been at the airport in the recent months?
I do not have that report with me, and recent months, no, I do not have anything there, but we do have the tire count, or hose count.
From last fall.
I would be very remiss to say off the top of my head how many of that was. But yes, we do have that
Like
information.
790 or something like that? I don't know.
I was
I
thinking-
remember reading the email, but I forgot too. And the only way you can count out there, unless you go out and physically watch the airplanes, is that hose count. And the hose count, as I recall, when, what's that gal's name? Stacy? Stephanie was here. You can only get that once, you have to ask for it, and it's only, you get it once every 3 years or something like that, or every couple of years that you can count. It's not anything that you can just ask for and they'll throw it up and leave it out there all the time. It's something that you have to get on a list, and it's only available in a certain time period for a certain airport.
Okay, what is a hose count? Is that like an air?
Yeah,
valve?
an air thing.
Landings and takeoffs.
Drops over, runs over it. That's how they counted last time.
What we don't know, Dave, exactly is if somebody rides out there with a vehicle, a car or a truck, is that a landing and a takeoff, or is it not? And
It's a wheel going across the counter.
it's wheels going across the counter, but without having some means of monitoring that, on a 24/7 basis, you would have to say there's a factor in there that would be unaccountable. So
How is that wheel count done with respect to snow removal?
it wouldn't be there during snow
No,
snow
In the summer
removal.
they did it.
it was only summer month.
It was only I think
Spring to fall.
from May maybe to September.
So there's absolutely no way of knowing how many planes land in the winter months.
Unless you-
And
no.
We
know-
had
what
one last month I know of. I've seen it.
Without physically seeing them, no.
I've seen one.
And then the fuel is monitored on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis?
That you would have to get with Dave Kaufman. It's my understanding it's being done according to the regulations that are required. And that's all I can tell you at this time. But Dave Kaufman is the one that is doing that.
I just think it's a good idea for the public to know what's happening out there.
And we will keep you informed as we get informed about it. We're hoping that now that the weather's broke and we're getting some nicer weather, we'll start getting some more activity out there. But we are going to monitor that fuel situation very closely.
I would hope so. Thank you.
Yes, Ron?
Just I'm more curious about what he's talking about there. Don't they have to come and give a report here at all on the airport?
He will. I don't know that he's scheduled right at the, I think he's, yeah, she said he's scheduled in May.
I just,
Yeah. This is working out quite well. I'd ask your opinion, but I think the department heads are at least giving us some input, more communication than I've ever seen coming to these meetings. And personally, I like it.
well, I do too.
I think it's a great,
It seems like there's a lot of areas where, you just don't have any idea what's going on, and finally you're starting to hear a little bit. And I think it's great, yes.
thank you. Any other public comment? Besides Sheriff's Gray?
Gosh, say,
Yes, Kevin?
are you sure?
I am
All right, April
positive.
26th, we're asking everybody that has any unused pill form medications to drop them off by that date or on that date. That's that'll be the date that DEA will, as set for the take-back day, we can take back 24/7, but that'll be the day that they'll arrange for pickup of any surplus that we have at that point there. So just any and all, anything you've got that needs to be disposed of correctly, pill form will only drop it off between now and the 26th and through the 26th, and we'll make arrangements with DEA to get rid of that at no cost for proper disposal. And then also on the 26th, 8:30 to 4:30, I think ad has gone in the Herald for the ORV safety course that we'll be having over here at the Community Center from 8:30 to 4:30 on Saturday, the 26th also, and for young adults 12 and older.
Thank you, Kevin.
On the drug take-back day on the 26th, Kevin,
Yes.
do they still have to be all in pill form, or is that,
Yeah,
can they
everything,
take liquid on
everything,
that
no,
day?
everything has to be in pill form that goes into that box, so,
What do they do for the liquid?
You
know, like
dispose
liquid
of another
morphine
way,
or-
I'm not sure, I mean, I think there's some websites, drug-free Michigan or something like that, that says you can make a slurry of some sort with like old coffee grounds, et cetera, that, it breaks it down or something, but again, I'd probably check with the pharmacy to recommend, to see what they recommend. They can't take narcotics there, we support that, the old drugs, yellow drug or whatever it amounts to there, with them also, but, they send people over when they come and try to get rid of narcotics, at their place because they're not, eligible to take it, so they ship them over to us, and I recommend going there if it's easier when you're in getting your pills or something, so.
Good.
Either way.
I can check with the hospital and see if hospital accepts them, we can bring them in.
The liquid form?
I'll see if we can. They have a way of doing it, I just don't know what they do, and I'll find out.
Okay. You know, because a lot of them, they can't take a pill. so-
Right, it's the same thing with needles, et cetera, I don't have any avenue to, dispose of those also.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Good.
I see that.
Any other public comment? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
adjourn.
Motion by Wilson. Supported by Bernard. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Same sign. Motion passed. Thank you everyone for coming.